Well, a couple of guys that were going to a place where these women have these jobs, and I'll save that for the after midnight program.
Oh, those kind of guys. Very interesting. Bet you had some lovely intellectual conversation with them.
It's okay.
We just talked about the hose.
The garden hose or the hose at the dollhouse?
The hose.
Okay, we're getting a little off topic. So let's just jump right into dumb news, please.
Perfect segue here. How's the teleprompter tonight, Jared? Is it working?
It's surprisingly working. Wow.
Fantastic.
Thank you. But I'm glad you asked about the teleprompter because last week teleprompter didn't work at all, and I would be an idiot if I didn't learn from my mistakes. So I met this guy. I don't want to get emotional because I don't want to make myself seem great or anything. But there was this guy. His name is Lar. He was working an odd job.
Is his name really Lar?
I mean, I didn't look at his driver's license as he told me. He was working an odd job, and I told him, you know what? I want you to work on my late night show. And he's like, whoa, I'm going to go quit my job. So I was like, no, it's an internship because I keep screwing up the news. So can you just come bring me in the news? He's like, yeah, I'll do that. So I would like everybody to give a big round of applause to our new intern, Lar.
Lar, you're such a star, Lar. Made it out of the bar.
What's up, man? I just need my news. I know. Thank you.
It smells kind of weird.
How are you?
Good. We got the mess cleaned up behind 3.
Okay,
now.
thank you.
And then the thing with the shelves,
Yes.
we got that.
Why are these wet?
The toilet is doing the thing.
Okay.
I got that though. It's on my list.
Okay,
It's
cool.
on the list.
Okay. We're live now, so just kind of hang back. But thank you. I'm glad this was nice. And
Do the thing.
yeah, just go.
Okay.
Sorry.
Lar,
Oh,
great first impression, Lar. Way to go, buddy.
I'll get that too.
okay. Please don't. We don't have insurance on this show, so just. No.
Hey, Jared.
If somebody falls,
Jared, did you
Don't
get him
get-
to sign
don't
a
get it.
waiver? Oh my God.
like, for the views, it's cool, but like for lawsuits, just don't get it next time. But thank you though.
Jared,
But if
did
it
he
looked good on
sign the
YouTube,
waiver?
then
Did you get him to sign the waiver?
no, Pinky, don't give him any ideas. Okay,
Okay, I'm
so
I'm-
we're getting way off topic right now, guys. Again, this is not in the script at all.
Way to
There's no
go,
script.
Jared.
Thank you for bringing me in the news, Lar.
Back to the dumb news.
Yes, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, and Lar. Sydney couple's strict vegan diet leaves toddler malnourished. You're probably thinking, why is this dumb? But I don't know if any of you are vegan. I'm sure somebody would have shouted it out by now. A Sydney couple has pled not guilty to neglecting their 20-month-old daughter by putting her on a strict vegan diet. An unnamed child was admitted to Sydney Hospital after it suffered a seizure last month. Doctors called police after they discovered she was suffering from malnutrition and blah, blah, blah.
They gave her a burger and an IV. It was perfect.
Exactly. So for any of you who are vegan, don't be. It's the moral of the story.
Babies don't eat trees. Who knew?
Yeah, and that goes right into this. I know the dumb news stories are kind of funny, kind of silly, and everybody's waiting on this hot pepper challenge that we're going to be doing, and it's coming soon. It's coming in a few weeks. So anyways, man in hospital after eating world's hottest chili. Jesus. A man who ate the world's hottest chili pepper in a chili eating contest in New York State ended up in the hospital. Dude was 34 years old, and he ate a Carolina Reaper pepper, which we're going to be doing in a few short weeks. And it's crazy. He had crushingly painful headaches, and doctors said he suffered apparently something called the thunderclap, not to be confused with the clap, but it's a thunderclap. Yes, it's a little different. One involves hot peppers, and the other one involves. Okay. Oh, thank you. Sorry. Thank you, Travis, for kind of keeping me on track. So he ends up in the hospital now. The head vessels, the head blood vessels. I cannot write my own teleprompter things. The blood vessels in his head shrunk so much that he had loss of oxygen, loss of everything into his little brain there, and he was
Is
admitted
that
to
what they're calling it these days, the little brain?
Exactly.
I'm
And,
more worried about the vessels on the other end. That stuff has to come out, you know.
Apparently it did. But he's fine now. It took him a few weeks to get back to normal, and he's all good. So I'm going to be doing the same thing he did in a few short weeks, and hopefully I won't get the clap. So, thunderclap, sorry, the thunderclap, sorry.
Normally it's the wife that gets the headache,
We don't need, sorry.
not the guy.
Mom accidentally sends son to school on X-rated McDonald's parody t-shirt. This is probably one of my favorite stories of the year. So I don't want to say her name, let's call her Shelly McCaller, went on social media to offer her sincerest apologies to the teachers and staff at her son's school with her embarrassment. So I don't know if you guys can see this lovely shirt right here on the screen, but I'll explain it a little bit. Let me check the crowd for youngsters. No. It was a McDonald's shirt with the golden arches and it says, "I'm loving it," but instead of the arches, it was a pair of legs that were spread. And apparently, she got a bunch of hand-me-down shirts from a neighbor who hates her, and she didn't check them. She saw, oh, McDonald's, I'll put the kid in this, and sent him off to school. He wasn't the favorite kid. And none of the teachers noticed until like the end of the day, and then it turned into this whole big thing. So she apologized. Everybody was, screaming at her. Her post was shared 107,000 times on Facebook before she removed it. So Shelly went viral, and I'm very excited for Shelly and her son and McDonald's.
Hey, Jared.
Yes.
Do you think after school he asked his mom to take her to McDonald's for a happy ending meal?
I'm sure that did not happen. I read the story. It doesn't say that it happened, but it could have. But I'm also going to claim fake news.
Yeah, can I get extra thighs with that?
So props to this lady. Next story. This is just a great headline. He was highly intoxicated when he hit girlfriend in the face with a pizza, Ohio cops say. An Ohio woman was assaulted by her boyfriend with a pizza earlier this week. And if you look at his mugshot, he is the happiest guy in the world. It's so terrible. He was arrested, faced charges of assault and criminal damaging or endangering. That's kind of weird. Either you're damaging or endangering. You're not one or the other. So he was released from jail on Thursday. The victim, who was not named, but I guess his girlfriend, said she was hit in the face with a pizza and suffered minor injuries. Probably because the pizza was hot. Probably put pepperoni on it. I don't know if you ever got hit in the face with pepperonis, but it's pretty crazy. She probably got some burns in her eyes. You did make a good point that it was spicy, so she probably got the thunderclap thing going on. So, no. Okay, so...
He just didn't want to spend the evening with her.
Exactly. And so the incident took place Tuesday night in Masuri, Missouri, Ohio, or Masuri, Ohio, southeast of Cleveland. So in case you're wondering on a map, we don't have maps. We don't do maps. We don't have the budget for that. Police told media outlets they received a call to the home. Okay, so let's get to the fun part. They encountered a man who was highly intoxicated and slammed the door in their face. He was screaming and belligerently. That is crazy. But we've all been there, I guess. So she told police that the guy continued acting erratically because they were fighting over whatever. And he kicked the car, he tossed furniture around, and tried to fight one of the neighbors. He's had quite the night. Then he threw tires in the roadway when police arrived. He smashed a mailbox, and police took photos of what remained of the pizza. So the pizza didn't make it. The pizza was not fine. She seemed to be fine. He was not fine. He was taken to the county jail where he was told multiple times to stop boxing the wall. He denied touching the victim, and he's awaiting trial. So he probably ordered Domino's. I think that's what the issue was. If you went with Pizza Hut, even Little Caesars, I think you're gonna have a good night. If you order Domino's, everything's just gonna go wrong. So yeah, or just make your own pizza. Get an authentic pizza from somewhere. But they're in Ohio, so I guess. So this is one of my favorite stories, and it comes from Florida. So Florida blames cocaine in purse on a windy day. A Florida woman who was arrested last month on drug possession charges blamed the cocaine found in her purse on the wind. Because, again, we've all been there. So,
Hey,
according
Jared,
to... Yes.
That news blows.
What? Oh, okay. So, I feel so bad.
I can't focus tonight. She won't stop twitching.
I mean, we can...
I'm
We could
so
just-
excited over here.
So, according to the police report, an officer approached the car. She was swerving in the roadway, so she was pulled over. He smelled an odor of marijuana coming from the inside. During a search of the car, he found cocaine and marijuana in separate bags inside a purse. So when questioned about the drugs, she admitted that the marijuana was hers, but the cocaine was a different story. I don't know anything about any cocaine, she said. It's a windy day, I must have flown through the window and into my purse.
Exactly.
As for the strange, exotic reason, the cops did not believe her, and they booked her on multiple counts of cocaine possession and a misdemeanor count on the marijuana possession. She was later released on bond.
Nobody's that lucky. I mean, unlucky.
And this is usually where we end the dumb news with a nice story from Florida, but we got a nice story straight out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So,
Ooh, lots of material there.
exactly, and this one is a great one. I don't know if you heard about this, but a man claiming to be the reincarnation of Jesus Christ leads police on a high-speed chase. So he was from North Carolina. He comes down to Myrtle Beach, I guess, to party. He was accused of leading police on a weekend chase, the whole weekend, through Horry County, reaching dangerously high speeds. No one was injured. It started Sunday morning in the Garden City area. Some lady said that this dude was acting weird. Officer looking for the vehicle. The guy sped off. Police drew their weapons. They chased him all over all these roads. I know 501. He was on 501, 544. He went all over the place. They arrested Joseph Crump. It's a great name. And then they exactly. I didn't even notice that. And they took him to the Conway emergency room. And when he was speaking to everybody, he said that he was the reincarnation of Jesus Christ. And I know he wasn't, because he just would have ran across the ocean if he was actually Jesus to get away from the police. Not that you should ever run from police, but if you're Jesus, there's easier ways to get there.